The Manhasset Lakeville Fire Department Ambulance Unit has been around for over 30 years. We're made up of about 35 to 40 members from around the community from all different walks of life, coming together with the same goal of helping the community in their greatest time of need. We have 3 ambulances with advanced life support equipment. We also have a fly car that's able to get to a scene of a critically injured patient before the ambulances can get there.
Right now, the current station is way too small for us. The station that we're in was designed for a fire company and not to house 2 separate companies, a fire company and an EMS station. We have no room for storage for our equipment. We don't have room for all of our apparatus to be housed together. And more importantly, we don't have adequate facilities to serve for bunk rooms and training facilities for our members to keep them in the firehouse to allow for a faster response time for the community.
We have a lot of members here, and I think space is really tight. We have multiple calls, ambulances especially busy. We have limited parking.
A lot of things that have happened in this house have been kind of makeshift, taking regular closets, making them into a storage closet that it wasn't meant to be. The medical supplies in this closet, we've had to go up into the upper ceiling to store some of their extra supplies, backboards and stuff like that. Not a safe situation. Whereas in a newer building, they'd have everything designed for this, the appropriate storage space.
This ambulance is like a rolling emergency room, and the supplies it has to carry need space to be kept, and the room we have now to keep it in is completely insufficient. Everything on this ambulance, from bandages to medicine, needs to be temperature controlled.
Things do break down, these vehicles, they're running all the time. There's moments where we have to move one ambulance behind the first one to get around. And the only way we can do that is if we move this fire truck, which only fire guys can pull this out. It's big because, we're worried about patient care. We want to get to the patient as fast as possible, and stuff like that breaks down, it's a big issue. And that can just delay response.
For the community, it would definitely mean faster response times. Right now, our ambulances are stacked like one on top of another, and we don't have enough room for a third ambulance to be in-house here. So it's kept at the district outside because there's no inside storage for it, unfortunately. So it would mean we would have 3 calls coming at once, which we do multiple times. It would really shorten response time because someone doesn't have to drive down to the district to get the third ambulance, and we would be able to roll all 3 out because they would all be here lined up as they're supposed to be. It would also boost morale a lot for membership. It's really tough because right now our designated spot is really just like a small meeting room labeled the TV room.
Our membership doesn't have a place to kind of call home or feel comfortable. So by having a facility that has proper bunk rooms, storage facilities, bathrooms for us, and a place where all of our vehicles can be in one climate-controlled setting, it allows a greater improvement on response time. And it also just allows us to have membership that feels like they're supported by the community and that they're here for a reason and they're not just pushed into a corner.
Ultimately, what a new EMS station would mean would be faster response times when you call 911 and you need help in your worst hour. By having a new facility, it'll allow us to keep members in-house. It'll allow them to have adequate bunk rooms so they can sleep overnight. It'll allow us to have adequate training space so we can train not only our members, but members of the community in CPR and stop the bleed. And overall, this is a very positive thing for the community.